Introduction. Operation risk is the prospect of loss result from inadequate or failed procedure, system, or policy, and it may involve the internal process which are people, system, and external effect with income and capital of organization. Source of risk. The cause of operation risk, whether the risk of direct or indirect damage due to lack of system, lack of control, internal management, fail to result in loss, and mistake in work.
Definition of operational risk. Credit risk contribute 70% of the total risk in banks, and another 30% is shared by market and operational risk. Operational risk resulting from inadequate or failed internal process, people, and system, or from external events. Operational risks are the wide range of risks such as fraud, physical damage, business disruption, transaction failure, legal and regulatory breach, as well as employer health and safety hazard. The impact on the bank's overall business and reputation. People risk in Islamic bank are referred to lack of experienced employees in the industry. According Aisyah and Zaliha, through their research on developing a framework of Islamic bank operational risk management, people risk suggests that there are 4 factors which are training, education, experience, and compensation affecting to people risk exposure of the Islamic banks in Malaysia. Not every employer are about the concept and the implementation of all products that the Islamic bank offer to customers.
Technological and system risk. Technology risks are more related to the use of software and hardware systems that are not designed for Islamic banking needs. The insufficiency in terms of a Sharia-compliant management information system place the Islamic banking industry to extra risk for their security, compatibility, and functionality. Today, Islamic banks are using software designed for Islamic banking operations, but they still lack the desired efficiency and the required technical support.
Legal risks are very important in Islamic banks when Sharia have been set aside by the operation of law. In Malaysia, while the legal risk in conventional meaning will not be affected to the legal risk in terms of Sharia implementation cannot be negated. Di Jojo Sugito 2008. For Islamic bank that operate in countries with no Islamic court have an increased legal risk. In an environment with no Islamic courts, Islamic financial contracts include choice of law and dispute settlement clause. Walker and Hayes, 1998.
First issues additional of category of operational risk. Non-Sharia compliance risk will expose or occur when Islamic banks failure to comply all the times with Sharia rules. The result of Sharia non-compliance risk are acknowledgement of income and also will give impact to loss on Islamic banks. When Islamic banks involved with Sharia non-compliance risk, it will affect loyalty of their customer. Fiduciary risk will be exposure to Islamic banks when clients withdraws their capital. Second issues uncertainty in laws, regulations, and legal actions pertaining to the principles of Sharia. Legal risk often stems from indecisions in laws, regulations, and actions. The problems also arising from the fact that many laws related to Islamic banking and finance are fake. Some institutions is just not capable of delivering judgments related to Sharia. Judges in non-Sharia courts, for instance, rarely receive proper training in Sharia. Third issue is lack of standardized contract, expertise, fraud and clarification. There can be some confusion as how to capture the underlying people risks such as loss of key personnel, inadequate training or inadequate cross-training. That the largest of losses come from intentional activities such as fraud and unauthorized trading. In an environment with no court-specific management of Islamic finance, Islamic financial contracts and settlements of disputes, there is a failure interpret of fatwa by Securities Commission in the right context will affect the perform of bank.
Affin Bank Berhad vs Zulkifli bin Abdullah. Case occurred because the default payment on installment before the end of contract of home financing. Affin Bank Berhad filed two actions. First, order for sale. Second, order to recover sums in the event of a shortage in the proceeds of sale. Affin Bank Berhad not explain in detail of the contract when they enter the loan facility. Case won by Affin Bank Berhad because they have more legal power than the customer. Effect on Islamic Bank. The employees will feel guilty because of their negligence. Bank can cover their profit. Bank get positive image from public. MK Associate Sendirian Berhad vs Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad. The issue was about ta'wid, compensation. Case occurred because of default payment by plaintiff, customer. Defendant DINB claimed ta'wid to plaintiff. Plaintiff won the case because defendant cannot claim ta'wid. Ta'wid not applied yet when they enter the contract. Effect on Islamic banking. Loss to the bank, have to do more training to employee, lack of customers.
Recommendation. First, focus on risk management in a timely way, protect and quick solve the problem with transparency and accuracy. Second, have to promote and develop employees and administrators every level, giving more knowledge for understanding and contribute the risk management process throughout the organization. Conclusion. Islamic bank facing many types of risks same as the conventional bank. Risk management processes are very important to make sure that the bank have less risk. Operation risks lead to the bunch of other risks. It affects people, trust, and loyalty to Islamic bank and kill their reputation. It can be solved or prevented if the matter is taken seriously.